Good morning, rock stars. And for those of you who are with me on the Aldebaran Quilt Salon just a bit ago, welcome back. I am so excited for today because it is our Quilting Rockstar graduation. And we're doing something a little bit different this time, that not only do we have our graduation projects, but we're also going to celebrate the other projects y'all have been working on. As many of you know, back in August, we switched from a course model to a membership model. So now we have Quilting Rockstar University that encompasses all of our courses, our educational community, special master classes, and more. And as part of that, we released a brand new course called Custom Quilting Academy. And I've been dripping that course out over the course of this fall to all of our members. And what my goal with this new course and this new model was to recognize that for a lot of us, we don't necessarily work on a new skill in a linear fashion, right? When I teach Free Motion Quilting Academy, I start you with the meander and we end with things like feathers, and we go very progressively through a series of different designs. I love a good curriculum, right? Like, I have an education background. I love being able to take you step by step. And for many of you, that has had great success. But for others of you, you want to be able to work project by project and be able to do the quilting that you dream of on a specific quilt that you've already pieced, or maybe you're planning to piece. And so by adding a Custom Quilting Academy and moving towards Quilting Rockstar University, we made it more possible for those of you that learn that way. So today is our very first graduation where we get to celebrate both types of rock stars, both methods and models of learning and quilting. And y'all did gorgeous work. I am so excited to share these with y'all. But before I dive in, let's say a quick hello. Hello, Nicole. She said, I'm a little early. Just watched Aldebaran, and now I'm here to cheer on the show and yell, folks. And listen, I'm going to be yelling because they're so pretty. Susan says, me too. Can't wait to see everyone's projects. Jennifer, you worked really hard for today's graduation. I can't wait to share your work. It's so good. It's so good. And it's not a race, right? As always, I love to remind y'all that the best quilt is a finished quilt. And I think that's part of why I'm so excited to get to celebrate so many finished quilts today, okay? All right, let's dive in. Let's see. It's about the joy units. That's right. Look, it's like y'all listen. I appreciate it so much. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do this. Quilting Rockstar Academy graduation and show and yell here on November 12th, 2025. At the beginning of every graduation, I love to go through and review the qualities of a quilting rock star. These are the things that we value as a community, right? What we do together is quilting, but who we are is so much more. And who you are as part of the Quilting Rockstar community, and who you become as you are growing your skills and as you are getting to know each other, I think that's even more valuable. So I love to highlight these things first. A quilting rockstar has a willingness to do the work to make progress on their quilting skills. Anytime we are learning something new, it is not an easy checkbox. There's a decision-making process, there's a learning process, there's a practicing process, and then finally things get to go on a quilt. And that kind of dedication and perseverance is worth celebrating. Quilting rockstars have a dedication to giving themselves grace when the practice is messy. Sometimes the meander looks kind of spiky. Sometimes our tension isn't so great. Sometimes we have no idea what we want to quilt on a quilt, right? And all of those little messy moments are such gorgeous examples of being able to extend self-grace. I think self-grace is one of the hardest things to do. And I love watching y'all practice it because it's incredibly valuable and it increases our joy units. Speaking of joy units, Quilting Rockstars have joy in celebrating accomplishments and finished projects, just like we're going to do here together today. Quilting Rockstars have a commitment to encouraging others on their journeys. This is from the beginning of String of Stories been one of my very favorite things, is to see y'all cheer for each other. I mean, just look at those of you who have showed up today to cheer for your fellow rock stars, whether or not you have a quilt in today's slideshow. And of course, Quilting Rockstars delight in quilting community and camaraderie. So let's do that, shall we? Let's celebrate. First up, our Academy graduate, Jennifer Ash, has been working so hard on her Ruler Quilting Academy graduation projects. And Jennifer, I'm obsessed with the fact that you did this on Lanterns of Hope. Like, I just think that's so cool. Thank you for including this little close-up. It looks so good. So welcome to the ranks of the Ruler Quilting Academy graduates, Jennifer. Your hard work has paid off. And oh, you're going to get to snuggle under that quilt. I don't know how cold it is where you are. It's still cold here. So go snuggle under the quilt for me. I'm like, keep turning the heat up. I love these colors too, Katrina. I think they just look so good together. So congratulations, Jennifer. Huge accomplishment. Your work has paid off. Now we have our incredible Show and Yell. And I want to remind y'all that these are also folks who are working on growing their skills. That is cold at 50 degrees. It's colder here, but 50 counts as cold to me because but these folks who have submitted quilts for Show and Yell, these are also folks who are working through those same courses, but maybe they've graduated at some point in the past and are continuing to find new applications for actually using their skills. Or maybe they're working through those courses piece by piece in order to finish these quilts. So let's take a look at your gorgeous work. First up, we have Alice Dombey. Alice says, I made this quilt for my granddaughter and completed it last January while I was taking your class just before she was born. Look at that little peanut on the quilt top. Your class gave me the free motion quilting skills I needed. Hidden in the quilting are different animals that are free motion quilted. I did a pencil outline for some of them, but not for all. The hidden animals include a spider, a worm, a mouse, a rabbit, a squirrel, a fish, a sloth, and a dog. So cute. A lizard, snake, butterflies, and turtles. Because I was working on this, I didn't complete my graduation assignments, which I'm continuing to work on. I think this is fabulous, Alice. Congratulations. What a gorgeous quilt. Then we have Allison Callahan. Allison said, I challenged myself with this quilt. Your quilt classes gave me the courage to tackle it. I've done several t-shirt quilts, but this is a first. Golf shirts with collars and a couple of mesh shirts. I hand quilted each shirt and machine quilted the sashing. I love that, Allison. What great work. I think this is one of my one of the kind of like hidden gems of Quilting Rockstar University, right? It's like we spend a lot of time focused on custom quilting. That's something that I love. It's something that I teach. It's something that we do together. But also having the community, the courage, the resources to try new things, to implement our skills in unexpected ways. So cool. I love it. And then we have Cindy. Cindy says, I took a workshop with Karen Neary, who designed this centerpiece called Maritime Beauty, which is a variation of the New York Beauty. I graduated from Free Motion Quilting Academy last spring. I'm slowly working my way through ruler quilting, but had the chance to practice both on this project. This is so cool. I really love the shape of this, Cindy. I love your quilting. I'm going to make it big for me. So give me a second. I want to be able to see it bigger. I love the way that you outlined those circles and emphasized all of your paper piecing and then added your free motion fills. It looks so good, Cindy. Congratulations. Well done. Then we have Donna. Sorry, I'm sipping my hot coffee to try to stay warm. Donna says, my quilt is a lap size 50-inch square medallion called Labyrinth by Debbie Matty. I pieced it during class about 5 years ago, and I chose it for my custom quilted project. So we specifically, y'all, for those of you who are not in Quilting Rockstar University, we went through in September, and I outlined a way to make a custom quilting plan and then actually get it quilted. So this was Donna's quilt for that exercise that we did together. I chose it for my custom quilting project because it was a medium-sized quilt. I had no idea how to quilt it. And honestly, I never liked it much. So I figured if I messed it up, I wouldn't feel bad. Now I'm excited about my quilt and even like it. Thank you for all the helpful information and encouragement. I've learned so much and I'm ready for the next project. This looks amazing, Donna. And Donna, I think that is a really cool reminder that sometimes the quilting really makes the quilt. And sometimes the quality time that we spend with a project doing that quilting has a huge impact on how we feel about it. So congratulations, Rockstar. Well done, both being willing to hold your project with open hands, but also being open to the process of falling in love with it all over again. I think that's really, really cool. And your work is gorgeous. This is Elise Bennett. Elise says, I made a baby quilt for a friend who had her baby and then found out she had stage 3 cancer. I didn't know about the cancer diagnosis until after she'd asked for the quilt. She wanted the new quilt to be the same pattern that I made for her first child, as it was a baby quilt and needed to be done ASAP. I quilted it myself. I did feathers in a couple of places. First time doing feathers, huzzah! And essential ruler quilting. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I know she loves it. Oh my goodness, what a special opportunity to get to make such a beautiful quilt for your friend. Your feathers look incredible. I see multiple types of feathers on here too. The ruler work and the diamonds look so good. Oh my gosh, Elise, well done. What a special way to show love for your friend. Kathy Seeley says, Oroville Color Builders Palazzo finally finished. Kathy, please bring this in person to the store. I want to see it in all its glory. And brilliant work. It looks really fabulous. So this is a foundation paper piece quilt along that we did a couple of years ago, y'all. Kathy and several others have beat me to finishing it. It was a program we did with Oroville, designed by Kitty Wilkin. And I still need to finish mine. Yeah. But Kathy, yours is stunning. Well done. Congratulations on getting it quilted. And thank you for sharing it with us. Lee says, this is my Christmas version of French Roses by Heather French. I completed the free motion quilting on a Bernina Q sit down during Free Motion Quilting Academy, September to November 2025. It's quilted with meandering stitch, with the exception of the holly berry border, which is quilted with loopy meandering. The binding still needs to be added. This looks so good, Lee. Okay, bonus points for all of y'all who are putting your face in your pictures, by the way. It makes me really happy when we get to see your lovely little smiles. This looks delightful, Lee. I'm so excited about it, and I know you're going to enjoy it so much this winter. So, huzzah! Peggy says, this is a quilt from the Serious Quilt-Along. It's a baby quilt for my first grandson. I'd already signed up for the quilt-along before I learned that my daughter was pregnant. Oh, what a treat. So it's easy to pivot to a design that works well in the nursery. They're happy about the final result, and I'm so excited to see it in use. Congratulations. Look at your quilting. Okay, I love the ribbon candy. I love the ruler work. The texture on this is so good, Peggy. And you know, little baby hands are going to love the textures of that quilting. It's going to look so, so, so good. And congrats on your grandbaby. That's really thrilling. I have to say, y'all, one of the things, obviously, there's lots of things that make me very happy and mean a lot to me because this is like the 17th time I've said this and this live alone. But I love saying these things out loud. It means so much when y'all choose my patterns for special things like grandchildren and friends and the quilts that you're going to snuggle under. Like, that's freaking magical to me. So, Peggy, I'm delighted that Sirius is your grandbaby's quilt. Someone said, mystery quilt from New Year's Eve 2022. Finally quilted and bound this week. Yes! Someone, you've been busy. How are the half square triangles? Butterflies and Sunshine is 87 inches square. One of 2 projects that I've quilted in 2025 with lots more tops in the queue. This looks so good. Oh, and I love that you shared the back. Oh, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. The detail. I love the way that you broke up the pieces and did different designs. So stunning. Chef's kiss. Love it. Baby hands and textures. Exactly. Just, ooh, they're going to love it so much. I used to take the boys' hands when they were little, and I love just exposing them to different textures. And I have very vivid memories of when they were really little, you know, taking them on a walk and like touching grass and touching different rocks and touching bark. And we did the same thing with quilts of like touching all the different motifs because they all feel different. And that's a great little neurosensory feedback for them. Someone says all the half square triangles are trimmed. Congratulations. That's a big deal. That was a huge thing. Someone also said Butterfly Effect, an EPP pattern by Liliella. Decided the whole 24-inch quilt was not going to be much use to me, so I decided to change course and make what I had done into a 20-inch pillow. I love that. Finished it earlier this month. One of 2 projects quilted. I love that we get to see both of them, Selwyn. Thank you for sharing. And that binding looks darling on this pillow. So good. Love the ruler work. And I love foundation paper piecing like this. This is such a sweet little design. Huzzah. Sue says, one of these is yours, Holly Ann, Star Island, the one on the far left. And the other two are patterns I found and wanted to make, but never quite had the confidence to quilt them, if not for your classes. Every time I sit down to free motion quilts, I hear you in my head. Sue, I really hope that I'm being delightful and positive in your head, because that is always my desire. And I think this is a huge deal. Like, these are not tiny quilts, darling. Like, these look awesome. I love your Star Island. Oh my goodness. And your color choices on all of them are so fun. Congratulations, Rockstar. This is a really big deal. The best quilt is a finished quilt, and I just don't think there's any feeling quite like when you piece and quilt and get the last of that binding on and go, oh my gosh, it's mine. I did that. And every single one of you is capable of that. And being just a tiny part of your journey to help facilitate from, I like this pattern, but I'm scared to quilt it, to I quilted it myself. I love it. Well done, Sue. So what's next on your quilting journey? For some of you, many of you, I recognize a lot of the names in the chat, you're already inside Quilting Rockstar University, and your next step is to pick out your next project, whether that is deciding what quilt you're going to quilt next, whether that is deciding which of the courses you're going to go through next. That's your next step. And if you're inside Quilting Rockstar University, I encourage you that after we get off this live, think about that question a little bit and pop over into our community on Kajabi and tell me what your next project is, right? Are you doing the Aldebaran quilt along and your next thing is going to be to quilt it, right? Do you have something that you're working on as a holiday gift and you need to get that ready in time? Pick out your project. If you're here and you're hearing me talk about Quilting Rockstar University and you're hearing me talk about this community and you're seeing the gorgeous work that these rock stars are doing and you're thinking, how do I get me some of that? I want to be able to finish my quilts. Your next step is the Quilting Plan Challenge. So this is a challenge that is coming up on November 21st through 23rd. So that's in what, a week and a half? I'm starting to lose track of my weeks. I think it's a week and a half. And I'm going to tackle all of the little lies that your inner mean grump, your inner critic, likes to tell you about why you can't quilt your own quilt. So in this free 3-day challenge, we're going to go through what you need to know to set your space up to quilt, to know what a quilting plan is and how to draw one, and then actually how to take that plan and quilt it on an actual quilt. It's going to be a tiny little baby tester of what we do inside of Quilting Rockstar University with my full-length courses. I want to give you just that little sample so that you can see how capable you are of finishing your quilts. So you can head to stringandstory.com/quilting plan challenge. If you go to stringandstory.com and just look on the homepage, there's a big banner you can click on, or you can click the link that I just dropped in the chat to go to stringandstory.com/quilting plan challenge and get all signed up. If you've been inspired today and you want to learn how to quilt like these amazing rock stars, I'm here to help. I'm going to teach you how to do that, and we're going to get started together inside of this Quilting Plan Challenge. Then after the Quilting Plan Challenge, I'll tell you all about Quilting Rockstar University. So doors are going to open during the Quilting Plan Challenge and stay open until December 1st. So just put this on your radar and be thinking about all of the Academy courses and the live support and the Q&As that you'll be able to have access to in order to make those quilty dreams come true. So I'm going to guide you through a little tester of it with the Quilting Plan Challenge, and then I'll invite you to join me inside of Crew. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So Rockstars, those of you who submitted quilts, brilliant works. Nicole said, brilliant quilts. Congrats to all. So diverse. Loved every one of them. And Edith said, I'm trying to get to my UFOs one by one. I keep getting interrupted by practical sewing. I love your generosity in that, Edith. I also hope that you get time to quilt for you soon. So Rockstars, brilliant work. Keep it up. You're doing an incredible job. Congratulations, Jennifer. I'm graduating from Ruler Quilting Academy. And for all of you still working on your projects, I can't wait to celebrate you next time. It's going to be awesome. All right, go click that link and get signed up for the Quilting Plan Challenge if you want to learn how to quilt like these rock stars today. My crew members, I'll see you inside Crew soon. Everyone else, I'll see you for that challenge in just a little bit. Bye for now.